We're incredibly fortunate to have such a dedicated team, and we thank each of you for your hard work and commitment. This year has not been without its challenges. As many of you know, Hurricane Helene impacted nearly a third of our cohort in Hendersonville. And while handling adversity and being adaptable are part of what you may call our hidden curriculum, these faculty and students and their families are challenged in unimaginable ways. Despite these unexpected challenges, they persevered and they rose to the occasion. They continued teaching and continued learning, all while doing what they could to support each other and those in need. As with every other program, the Wingate University PA program has a mission statement published on our website and in all our handbooks. And this mission is our strong-felt aim or ambition to develop educated, productive, and ethical physician assistants who serve the needs of the communities in which they practice. Many of these students have carried out that mission far before our expectations, and we could not be prouder. Finally, I'd like to thank the friends and families of our students, many of whom are here with us today or watching online. Being a spouse, a parent, or close friend to a PA student is no small feat. We know that your unwavering support has played an integral role in their success. To those who have shared their sacrifices, the late nights, the busy schedules, the shifting priorities, your presence here today means so much. So from all of us, thank you for being a part of their journey. Now I'll turn it over to Dr. Elee for the introduction of our keynote speaker.
Everybody hear me okay? Thank you for the test run. All right, good evening, everybody. Folusho Ogunfiditimi, the immediate past president of the American Academy of PAs. His involvement in AAPA dates back to PA school when he originally joined as a member of the Student Academy. Most recently, he served on several AAPA committees, including Title Change Advisory Council, the Commission on Research and Strategic Initiatives, and the Commission on Health of Public. He is a founding leader of PAs for Global Health, as well as a past president and past chief delegate of the African Heritage PA Caucus. Ogunfiditimi has 23 years of administrative and clinical experience in healthcare administration and urology. His experience spans both inpatient hospital administration and outpatient clinical practice management, while providing senior leadership and oversight for PAs and Ps and physicians. He is currently the Administrator of Practice Management for Florida Healthcare Plans. He is also adjunct faculty at Butler University's Doctor of Medical Science program. Ogunfiditimi has strong interest in PA value, productivity, and revenue generation, and is well published in national peer-reviewed journals on these topics. Talking to me. Ogunfiditimi graduated from Howard University in Washington, D.C., and earned a master's in public health from the Medical College of Ohio. He also earned a Doctor of Management in Organizational Leadership from the University of Phoenix. As an American-born, Nigerian-raised healthcare provider, he brings a global experience to the profession. He lives in DeLand, Florida, and enjoys traveling with his wife, golfing, and ending the day with a glass of wine and a good book. And to the probably only person who has more on his plate than me, let's welcome Dr. Ogunfiditimi.
Let's see. Working? Yes, it is. Thank you for having me. It's an extreme honor to be here with you. Quick thing, subtle thing that I want to highlight with Dr. Elee. She is my accountability partner. And what that means is we have periodic sessions where we talk about projects that we're doing. And this just came out of a conference that we had gone to 2 years ago. And the goal was that we develop an accountability partner with someone you don't know and check up on them every so often. That's why I'm here, so thank you for the invite. So my ask for all of you is to develop an accountability partner with somebody that you don't know, because you don't know where it's going to take. That's one lesson. I have plenty to go later, by the time I'm done here. But I do want to start by thanking the faculty, thanking the program, thanking the dean for supporting PAs and the PA profession in general. To the students, you're about to embark on the journey of your life as it relates to being able to deliver care to patients. I'm going to talk a little bit about the value of the care that you deliver. But you may not know some of this information, so let me take you a little bit back in history. The first PA class graduated in 1965. And yet, since those early days, the roles of PAs in delivering quality care has evolved and evolved. We've gone through leaps and bounds. I remember when I was sitting right where you guys were, 20-something years ago, we only had 17 states that allowed PAs to write prescriptions back then. 17 states. By 2007, we had all 50 states that were able to, that approved and regulated and licensed PAs to write prescriptions. So things happen over time. And there's this saying that I tend to embrace. Change is gradual but sudden. And what that really means is that as you start to grow, as you start to develop yourselves as PAs, as clinicians, as healthcare providers, you may not notice the impact that you're giving of the work that you're doing or how you're touching patients. But believe me, you're making subtle changes as you go along. And then 20-something years later, you realize, oh my goodness, we've actually done quite a bit. Today, there are more than 178,000 PAs that work in every medical specialty, every surgical subspecialty, and every state in the United States and its territories. PAs play critical roles in the vast lexicon of healthcare delivery, including military medicine as well, too. And particularly, as Monday is Veterans Day, we have a large role in being able to support our military companions. More importantly, PAs have over 500 million patient visits, patient interactions a year, over 500 million. With each of these gains, we've had incredible opportunities for PA, including careers that are going to take you through a wide variety of opportunities. I began my career in urology. Urology is a great role for PAs, by the way. So I began my career in urology, and since then I've kind of evolved to the point where I'm primarily an administrator. Although I still do put a stethoscope around my neck, so still do that every once in a while. And to the fact that as you start to now develop your career, you will realize that there's a wide gap in which you can kind of transition into, not just in clinical medicine, academia, pharma, research. There's a wide area for you to grow into. Those opportunities are versatile and they occur across the nation. Let me give you some stats from that standpoint. This year in the US World and News Report, they ranked the PA profession the second best job in healthcare. And we've had this ranking now for 7 years running. PA employment is expected to grow by 28% by 2023. So clearly you have made an excellent decision in terms of pursuing a career of being a PA. We conducted a survey last year with the AAPA, it's a Harris poll, and it indicates, and I'll share some of these numbers with you, it indicates the fact that not only do we recognize the role that we play in healthcare delivery, but patients all over do so as well. You're sorely needed in our current U.S. health system. The AAPA, that I'm the past president of, once again commissioned the Harris poll to look at how do patients actually evaluate PAs? How do they look at PAs? What kind of barriers exist towards you being able to deliver encounters and deliver care to patients? What we found was staggering, if not entirely surprising. Respondents cited concerns around staff shortages, provider burnouts, trouble navigating the healthcare system, and getting access to care. Well, you should take some solace in the fact that there is some good news that PAs bring to the solution. Even in these difficult environments, you will be seen as a bright light. Your employers will need you to fill those critical gaps that we see in healthcare access. Other healthcare providers will want you on their teams, and your patients will depend on the knowledge that you obtain in this great program as you're moving forward. We were gratified to learn that the poll suggests that patients actually recognize PAs. In fact, about 2/3 of adults say that they trust a PA to serve as their primary care provider. 8 out of 10 of those who have seen a PA in the last year say that they got excellent and good care from a PA. That's a strong track record to kind of capitalize on. And I mentioned, we've only been around since 1965, so we continue to grow. However, let's talk about you guys. Your journey begins now. Started in your clinical didactics, and now you're about to go into your clinical roles and actually start to lay hands on patients. You've absorbed a significant amount of information to date, and there's a ton more to go. I don't mean to scare you, but it's going to be exciting. Your clinical rotations will be rigorous, period. You'll learn how to evaluate and interact with patients and other healthcare providers. You will have morning rounds. I had morning rounds on general surgery at 4 o'clock, and I got there at like 3:45, and I was still late because the chief resident is like, no, we cut at 5 o'clock, so you need to be here at 4 so we can round. You will experience that. I was in a public hospital going through my rotation, and I was at the lowest of the lower totem pole from that standpoint. but it's a significant amount of experience that makes you humble, that makes you realize that you have a role to play in healthcare delivery, and it builds good character for you. So my suggestion, my advice, is to embrace it. Embrace it and attack it with an open mind as much as possible, and you will gain from it. Remember that your preceptors regard PAs as a farm. These are the people that are potentially going to hire you once you're done. So as you're going through your rotations, be diligent, show your experience, show your knowledge, but absorb as much as you can, because these are going to be your future employers. When I look back at my PA education in DC, I marvel at the opportunities that I had. And like I said, a lot of them were in public hospitals, on level 1 trauma centers, to childbirth centers. And I actually delivered a child while I was as a student. Long experience. We don't have time to discuss it. But my point is, you will have a wide opportunity to learn. So embrace that opportunity. Grab as much information as you can and really use that to grow. My story is kind of a unique story in the sense that I was born in the U.S. My parents were worked in a university, and they moved back to Nigeria. So I was born here, grew up in Nigeria. And I never knew that I wanted to do medicine. My parents are not in medicine. But I think when I was 6 or 7, I fell sick. And I was taken to the hospital, and I had typhoid fever. And they tried to get an IV in me. Now, I was 6 years old. I can still remember it, so this is how traumatic it was. They tried to get an IV in me, and they couldn't. So they were about to give up, and then this doctor came from somewhere and said, let's try and get one in his temple. And they were able to get a line in my temple. And I remember that experience, and that's what made me gravitate towards medicine. And I knew at that point that I wanted to be able to give back and kind of make sure that I go beyond when other challenges are in front of me. So I say that just to kind of give you a sense that you never really know where your pivot is going to be. You never really know who's going to impact you and change your life in terms of your life decisions. So you have to kind of always have that open mind approach towards how things are going to impact you. I was 6 years old, and I still remember it. Maybe it's the IV, but I still remember it. And I know that's what got me into medicine. So think back as to what got you to where you are today and hold on to that. So after I came back to the U.S., I knew I wanted to be in medicine. So what does an 18-year-old do at that point? I joined the Army. And I became a medic. I said I wanted to be a medic. And lo and behold, I was assigned to a battalion aid station that was run by a PA. And he was fabulous, Lieutenant Hoffman. He showed me what it meant to be a PA, the value, the care, the delivery. And right then and there, I knew that once I had served my commitment, I was going to go to PA school. And the rest is history. I say that and I share my story. Like I said, it's rather unique. I share my story because you really never know how your life is going to be impacted. But what I can tell you is that as a PA, you have a wide range of opportunity in front of you, and you should use that. So over the years, I've kind of thought about how do I continue to grow? How do I continue to impact those that I interact with? And I've come up with this thing I call the 3 Ps. And I'm hoping that you can kind of take this with you today. So the first P as a PA should be your patience. Your patients are your North Star. That's why you are here. Do everything that you can in your capability to be able to deliver excellent care to your patients every single time. in whatever capacity you find yourself, if you dedicate yourself towards delivering quality care in whatever capacity, you will succeed. Start every sentence you have with, I'm worried about my patients. I want to do this for my patients. I need this for my patients. And that will guide you. So the first P is patience. The second P is your practice. So as you start to now graduate and you join a practice, think about how you bring value to your practice. How do you influence medicine, the medicine that you're delivering? If you always think about how can I do better for my patients, the first way you're going to be able to do that is by knowing how you're doing well for the practice in which you're working, whether it be in an inpatient at a large hospital system, or whether you're in a small physician PA practice. What value do you bring? Raise your hand every so often. Volunteer to be on a committee. Give some idea as to how else you can kind of help your practice grow. And that will guide you in terms of your delivery towards healthcare and delivering quality care. Everything you do as a PA will have an impact in the healthcare system. As you can see, over the years, we've continued to grow from that standpoint. And then the final P is your profession. I started my talk by saying that, when I first started, there were only 17 states that allowed you to write a prescription. Now, every single state, every single territory allows that. But that's based on what others ahead of me were able to do. So I challenge all of you, as you start to practice, what are you doing for your profession? What are you doing to grow your profession? Are you mentoring somebody coming up from behind you and showing them, what it means to be a PA, similar to how Lieutenant Hoffman showed me what it means to be a PA? Anything that you can do to advance your profession has a direct link towards advancing care and providing access to patients. So I'm a strong believer in advocacy, and advocacy is just an excellent way for you to be engaged. And there's always this misnomer that the students don't always have that opportunity to be advocates. But I push back on that by saying you have the energy, you have the enthusiasm, you have the commitment. You can get engaged now in whatever capacity you want to, whether it's at the college level in your program, or whether it's in the state, North Carolina's Academy of PAs, or at the national level. Get engaged, and it will follow you for the rest of your career, and you'll realize how good it means to be able to deliver care to patients. And patients will thank you for it. So I'll close by saying that, as I mentioned, you're pursuing a great career. You have everything to look forward to and so much more to offer to patients. Deliver quality care to your patients, provide value to your practice, and grow your profession. Now that I've said all of that, now's the time for you to kind of buckle down and, get through with school. So put your head down, learn as much as you can, but understand that this is the opportunity that you have as you step out, as you walk across this podium, this stage, and when you graduate, you have a wide range of opportunity ahead of you. And I'm proud to be here. I was in your chairs 20-something years ago, and there's so much more that we can do as PAs. So thank you for having me today. I really appreciate it, and I love coming and talking to students. Hope you guys have a good clinical year, and we look forward to seeing you guys in your future. Thank you.
Good evening. I am honored and thrilled to present this year's award for Didactic Student of the Year. This award was established back in 2017 celebrate not only the academic excellence, but also the incredible dedication, compassion, and initiative that a student demonstrates through leadership and service to others. Throughout this past year, this recipient has gone above and beyond in their contribution to both our academic community and to the broader one. And I would like to take a few moments to just highlight some of these achievements. To support their classmates, this recipient started a weekly EKG club to facilitate discussions and deepen understanding in their reading of EKGs. Their thoughtfulness shines even brighter as they prepare to go out on rotations. They've made arrangements to pass on to the next cohort, ensuring that this legacy of learning and support continues. But their impact reaches far beyond the classroom. In collaboration with various faculty members, they have offered their help in things such as raising awareness to mental health, specifically targeting middle and high school students and the impact of eating disorders, assisted with this year's breast cancer gala, and served in the Monroe Health and Wellness Fair with an interactive anatomy drawing for children, adding an educational and fun dimension to this event. After Hurricane Helene devastated Western North Carolina, our program paused for a week as we had many students and faculty that were affected. This recipient didn't take the week off, but rather dedicated their time to volunteer with hurricane relief efforts. Their dedication to these initiatives speaks volumes about their empathy and commitment to making a difference in the lives of others. This recipient also brings that same dedication to their role in Special Olympics as a golf assistant head coach. Every Saturday, they devote their morning to coaching and supporting athletes, enriching the lives of 10 to 15 Special Olympic participants. Beyond weekly practice, they also help make the annual fall tournament a success by assisting athletes with rules, setting up the course, distributing snacks, participating in the awards ceremony. Their enthusiasm and encouragement leaves a lasting impact on everyone involved. Finally, as a pre-PA mentor through the Wingate Pre-PA Club, they've shared their experience and insight with their mentees, embodying the spirit of mentorship and paving the way for the next generation of aspiring healthcare professionals. For excelling in their academics, for their remarkable efforts to support both their classmates and their community, and for being a role model in every sense, it is my absolute pleasure to present the award for Didactic Student of the Year to Liz Hortus.
I have goodies too. Congratulations, Liz. Great job. Every year since my arrival, we've allowed students to select a recipient of the Outstanding Didactic Instructor Award. This isn't to diminish others' efforts, but a special recognition to an instructor who went above and beyond in the classroom in providing an outstanding student experience. I'm proud to announce that this year's Outstanding Didactic Instructor Award goes to not one, but two faculty members. So Dr. Christina Sinkel and Professor Sarah Wolf, congratulations. Please come on up.
I'm short. Thank you very, very much. This really means the world to me. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you as well. It's, of course, been a delight teaching you. I'm really pleased to be here and see you on that next step of your journey, which I think you know what I'm going to say next. of that journey for you.
We will now proceed to the donning of the white coats for the class of 2025. Miss Joanne Smith, if you wouldn't mind reading the names. Families and friends, if you could please limit your applause until the entire class has been announced. We appreciate it, and hopefully we'll avoid any names being missed.
Elliot Adler. Lindsay Ahern. Lauren Andrysick. Alexandra Bear. Kendall Barnes. Scout Biggs. Hannah Burnett. Catherine Campbell. Brixana Carmona. Kristen Carricker. Brianna Carter. Bryn Collins. Ella Collins. Grace Dimmick. Mark Dubé. Samantha Eaton. Karl Feaster. Lyndon Gerber. Victoria Giordano. Mackenzie Gosnell. Hannah Guerriere. Edie Hansen. Megan Healy. Claudia Hicks. Elizabeth Hordes. Laura Ibanez. William Jansen. Sarah Justice. Emily Canada. Carson Kirby. Noel Lamoureux. Jackie Liu. Micaiah Lin. Juliet McMurray. Haley Maranto. Kyle McLaughlin. Savannah Meyer. Riley Mullen. Brianna Negrete. Isabel Nelson. Priya Panjwani. Colby Parker. Caroline Pate. Kylie Peterson. Madison Poor. Miranda Rotuno. Dalton Shevlin. Catherine Smith. Jordan Socks. Darren Stepp. Olivia Thorne. Ethan Tobin. Annabelle Tooley. Rachel Van Amberg. Daniel Vapney. Nathan Varghese. Kayla Watts. Catherine Williford. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2025.
Congratulations again. And now Mr. Karl Feaster, class president, will lead the students in reciting our professional oath.
All right, class of 2025. Please stand. All right, repeat after me. I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medicine. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor. Made it.
I now invite Dr. Karen Friel, Vice Provost and Dean of the Levine College of Health Sciences, to provide our closing remarks.
You guys seem like you're fun. I could hang with you more often. Thank you, Dr. Weil, and the entire PA faculty and staff for inviting me to share closing remarks tonight. I would like to acknowledge what an honor and privilege it is to share the stage with Dr. Ogunfiditimi, and I thank him for sharing his words of wisdom. And for the Hendersonville students, faculty, and families here tonight, you've shown remarkable resilience to be here and for students to make it to this point, and I applaud you. It's wonderful seeing you all. And before I go on with my prepared remarks, I just hope you all join me in a round of applause for these amazing people. I didn't even get to finish my sentence. They were so excited to applaud you, but for getting through a successful 10-year reaccreditation. So, congratulations. So, now on to you folks. On my Twitter account, included in my profile, is the question, is it one day or day one? You decide. I don't know the genesis of that or where I first heard it, but that phrase speaks to me each and every day. Think about what it says, one day versus day one. One day, to me, signifies kind of an ordinary day, just another old day, nothing special or remarkable. It's just one day amongst many that you likely won't even remember. Now let's think of the converse of that, day one. Day one is a new beginning, a chance to restart, a chance to explore, a chance to discover, and a chance to dream. It literally is day one of many to come. What day ones do you remember most in your life? Day one of kindergarten, day one of driving, day one of high school and college, and for some, day one as a parent. You are now ready to embark on a new day one. Your day one of formal clinical internships. Your chance to explore, to discover, and to dream. Your chance to set the tone for your learning experience. Your chance to make a new first impression. Your chance to become the type of clinician you have always wanted to be. There's been something circulating around Facebook, and it says this, quote, "Please take responsibility for the energy you bring to this space. Your words matter. Your behavior matters. Our patients and our teams matter. Take a slow, deep breath, and thank you for bringing positive energy," end quote. This is your chance to make your day one whatever you want it to be. And so I urge you to control the controllables, your energy, your enthusiasm, having a great attitude, being prepared, remembering your foundational knowledge, your professionalism, your flexibility, your patience, your grit, your determination, your ability to be on time, your ability to be open and accepting of new knowledge, and receptive to different ways of approaching the same problem. It is all controllable. I'm not sure if you've heard of a fixed versus a growth mindset. To put it quite simply, are you open to growth and change or resistant to the same? When you have a growth mindset, you embrace challenges and learn from them. When you have a growth mindset, you believe that talents can be developed through hard work, sound strategies, and mentorship. Forbes magazine lists these 7 among the 12 traits of a growth mindset. Be open-minded. Get comfortable with uncertainty and ambiguity. Have you ever heard embrace the gray from any of these people? Probably in a class or two. Show strong situational awareness. Have a sense of preparedness, particularly for transformation. Have clarity on what others expect of you. Take ownership. Seek to eliminate mediocrity and complacency. And do you know what all of those things are? They're all controllable. I'm a collector of quotes, and I think my favorite of all time is by John Adams. And it says, "Every opportunity is disguised as a challenge." Think about that. Every opportunity is disguised as a challenge. How will you handle the opportunities thrown at you while out on clinic? Because they will be thrown at you. Will you crumble? Will you complain? Will you blame others? Or will you control your attitude, your energy, and your enthusiasm and march forth? That's a growth mindset. That is controlling the controllables. And here's the thing, when you control the controllables, it empowers you in your response. You become proactive and not reactive, and you can control all your day ones. There's a song by Semisonic called Closing Time. If some of you know it, I won't sing it for you because that would ruin this fine occasion. But in that song is a lyric that says, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Now you remember it, right? You've ended your didactic phase and are ready to begin a new day 1 in your clinical phase. So as you pull into that parking lot that first day and do one last check in the mirror, because we know that you will, take a deep breath and decide whether it is one day or the beginning of all your day ones. Congratulations to the class of 2025. So that concludes our ceremony. But how about one last hand for these fine people? The students are going to remain, but family and friends can meet them out in the rotunda. They're just going to stay for a photo opportunity. Thank you. Have a good night. Safe home.